Welcome to Module 1 of your Classroom Health Emergencies course. In this module, you will learn how to differentiate between the 4 different types of seizures, how to recognize the different warning signs for each, and what the correct course of action to take is in order to help a student experiencing a seizure in your classroom. It is important to know the difference between each type of seizure because each requires a different type and level of intervention. There are 2 categories of seizures. Generalized seizures affect both parts of the brain and include absence and tonic-clonic seizures. Focalized or partial seizures affect only one area of the brain. A person can experience a simple or a complex focalized seizure. There are different warning signs for each type of seizure. You will learn and practice differentiating between them by watching an instructional video. When you finish watching, assess your learning by completing the drag-and-drop seizure recognition matching activity. Identify the type of seizure and choose the correct description, and drag and drop your option onto the correct choice. Once you are able to recognize the different types of seizures, you will learn the correct course of action to take if a student is experiencing a generalized or focalized seizure in your classroom. This is done using a real-world simulation activity. To complete the activity, draw on your former learning and identify a student who is exhibiting the symptoms of one of the 4 types of seizures. Select the student, determine the type of seizure they are experiencing, and then follow the prompts on the simulation to determine what you should do next. If you make a mistake, you can try again. It is better to make mistakes now than later. You have unlimited attempts to complete the simulation. After you know the different types of seizure, how to recognize the signs, and what to do to help, it's time to assess what you've learned. Each unit ends with a summative assessment that has prompts of scenarios you might encounter in the classroom. You can think of this like a final exam. Simply read the prompt and select the correct response. Scenarios and questions in the assessments will always be presented in the context of a classroom or school setting so that you know just exactly how you might apply what you've learned in your own workplace. Further instructions for each activity are available on each activity page, in addition to transcripts to the learning videos and further readings. This module requires computer and internet access and will all be completed within your learning management system. To move on to the next module, you must receive a 95% or higher success rate in your summative evaluation. You have a lot to learn. Let's get started.